This episode of the Only Kings podcast is brought to you by OrganicPricedBooks.com. Guys, there hasn't been a better time to start comic collecting, let alone get into the omnibus game. They have a wide and growing selection of books shipping now, as well as highly anticipated pre-orders, such as The Amazing Spider-Man Volume 5 Omnibus, priced at $125, discounted to $80. Enter my promo code KING at checkout for an extra discount. Again, enter promo code KING for an extra discount on top of the 36 to 40% they are already offering. OrganicPricedBooks.com, promo code KING. Now back to the show.
Hi.
I'm so glad to meet you.
Yeah, this is
awesome.
exciting. This is great.
So you told me, I was telling you about how this is basically Joe Rogan minus $100 million. Now, you used to live in Las Vegas.
I did.
How long did you live there for?
I lived there for about 3 years.
What were you doing there?
Oh. What was I doing there? Well, okay, so I was married a long time ago.
Hey, if it makes you feel any better, I was 19 and dumb, and I got engaged
That's
for
great.
like 4 months.
I was 17 and dumb.
Hey, that's
and
fair.
I was married, and the person that I was with at the time was in the military, so we were stationed out there, so that's why I moved out there.
Stationed in Vegas. What branch was he in?
Nellis, and he was in the Air Force.
Air Force. Well, at least you didn't pick the Army, so that's cool. No, that's awesome. So you were out there for 4 years. And
Ish 3.
And you met Joe Rogan.
I did. I met him on Fremont Street.
Where is that?
That is like the old Strip.
Okay.
Yes, so it's like a little bit, it's probably 10, 15 minutes away from the Las Vegas Strip.
What was like the interaction? Like what?
It was
just
hectic.
Like bump into or?
He was just kind of walking, and there was like, 50 people trying to get his attention. So it was very, very minimal, but it was cool. I still got to see him.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it was cool.
I couldn't imagine being that famous.
Could you imagine?
No.
It's crazy.
Honestly, no, being
I wish.
like that, fuck no. Holy crap. No, that's cool. So after Vegas, where did you come back to Albuquerque?
I came back here, yes.
Okay, so you're Albuquerque born and raised.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
So you also run a tanning salon.
Yes.
What's it called?
Sun care.
Sun care.
Yes.
So what got you into that?
I like to be tan year-round. No, actually, I had a friend who worked there, and she was like, hey, do you want an extra job? And I was like, sure, why not? So I went and applied and got the job, and I've been there about 3 years or so. Yeah, so it's been fun.
So do you run it, co-run it, or?
So I was really involved with it, but then I got a new job. So now it's kind of like my side job.
Okay.
So I only work there like 3 months. Or 3 days a month, I'm sorry.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
But that's awesome. Hey, passive income, I've had to learn this very quickly, is that passive income is the way to, like survive at this point in today's economy, which sucks.
Yeah.
But, which is one of the goals of this, is hopefully that I can just, not...
Get the Joe Rogan income,
Oh, my God, yeah. That'd be insane. No, I don't know what I would do if someone was like, hey, here's $100 million to only distribute with us. I think I'd die.
Probably.
I'm not gonna lie. I think I'd just fall over and fucking die. That's hilarious. So you run a tanning salon, and you're also a secretary for a law firm. Mm-hmm. How'd you get that job?
So it kind of fell into my lap. In February of last year, of 2020, I was hired to be a flight attendant for American Airlines. Ooh. And then, of course, everything fell through because of
COVID.
Corona. Yes.
Yeah.
So I was kind of struggling. I was like, I need a great job. And my friend, her dad, works at a law firm. And she was like, they're looking for a secretary. I think you'd be so great for it. So I went in, I applied, and I got the job.
So what type of law do they practice?
Bankruptcy.
Bankruptcy.
Yes, so right now...
So business is fucking booming.
It's sad because we're doing so well, but other places obviously,
up.
are not doing well.
Yeah, and I think actually, how long ago was it that we, that like a state of New Mexico, we lost all of our... Or no, we hit a cap with our unemployment. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, we did.
Do you know how long ago that was? Can you look that up real quick? Say he's my Jamie. Was it in December? Yeah, thank you. We have another friend, Isaiah, off camera. Nice to meet you. Thank you for being here. So in December, fuck. See, and I saw that Biden just passed another COVID relief, and it expanded welfare. But the problem is, we were actually going into this when we had his going on last week. And I think the problem with it was that like 40% of the people, like it expanded the welfare and helped people catch up. but 40% of people on welfare right now already maxed out their benefits.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's been crazy. I mean, people haven't had jobs since February, March of last year. It's been a whole year since people have been struggling with this. So it's been really interesting, that's for sure.
And of course, New Mexico won't put it on their actual like state page because what's your job? That's funny. So so aside from all of those things, well, you're also a freelance model. Is that the way to put it?
I would put it as that way because I'm not signed with an agency or anything. I'm definitely not like a professional model or anything like that. But I do a lot of stuff for people in New Mexico. So that's kind of like a little side gig that I do, which I really enjoy. It's a lot of fun.
Awesome. So what got you into that?
Honestly, I had a friend. So I used to sing at church. I used to sing at Sagebrush. And
I used to go to Sagebrush.
I love that. Which location?
A long time ago. So I started out with my mom when I was real little, when it was still Hoffmantown.
Okay, I wasn't there then.
Okay, yeah.
No, I wasn't.
This is like the genesis of it.
The very beginning.
Yeah, so we were Hoffmantown. We branched out, and for the longest time, the only location I ever went to was the one on the west side off of Coors, like the main one.
Yeah, so that's our main location.
Yeah, the main location.
So I would sing there, and one of the guitar players was like a super serious photographer.
Awesome.
And one day he just asked me, he's like, "Do you want to do a photo shoot?" And I had never thought about anything like that ever, and I was like, sure, why not? It might be kind of fun. So we went up into the foothills of the mountains and we did a photo shoot. And that was like my very first ever, which was probably like 4-ish years ago. And then once he posted those photos, I had other people contact me through social media asking if I wanted to do,
that's awesome,
different shoots and stuff. So
that's crazy.
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
Like 4 years ago.
Oh,
shit. It was kind of a long time ago, yeah.
And has it been like relatively consistent?
It has been. It really has been. And even with him too, he'll have me do different things. So a couple months ago, he did a shoot with like 10 other photographers, and there were 3 models, and he asked me to be one of the models. So each photographer had like 30 minutes with us, and we rotated and did a bunch of different
We played musical chairs with cameras.
We really did. But so the whole purpose of their shoot was to try to see if, at the same location, if each photographer could like capture a different image, if that makes sense, with a different person. So
interesting.
Yeah, so we did that, and I owe it to him that I kind of got started with this.
So is that something you want to like pursue? Like this would be almost like if the stars aligned, that would be the thing.
If the stars align, that would be perfect. Unfortunately, I'm only 5'2", so I'm very short to be a model. So that kind of sets me back for sure. But it would be something if I could pursue it, I would.
No, it's funny you say that. You bring up your height because me and him are trying to figure out how to unfuck that mic because it should not be hanging that low.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm small.
No, so we lost because the bolt got stripped or whatever, and I was like, man, if I don't fix this, I hope she's short.
Oh no, yeah, I am 5'2". I'm really tiny. I think that's one of the main things that sets me back from being a model.
Interesting. I never would even guess that.
Yeah, you have to be pretty tall. I think it's like 5'7" or something.
So have you ever been like published in a magazine?
I have been published in a magazine,
awesome.
Actually. Yeah.
Which one?
Oh gosh, I should probably know that. I don't even remember what it's called. But it was about a year ago, and it was a shoot that I did downtown in Old Town.
Okay.
And I was published. Gosh, I'm gonna have to figure out what that was. I don't remember. But yeah, that's.
Do you mind if we try to find it?
No, you can. I think it might be on my Instagram somewhere. If you can figure that out. Sorry.
No, you're good. This is why we have the internet.
It was
right here.
just like a published modeling magazine. It might be if you go to my tagged photos, my Instagram is chris.xoxo. There you go. I'm right there.
No, not Chris Brown. You fucking...
No, not Chris Brown. I get confused with that all the time.
Yeah, he just pulled up a Chris Brown fan page for those of you who are not watching. Dear fuck.
I think it's in my tagged, and then if you go down a little bit, let's see, more down.
So you're very much in like the New Mexico vibe when you shoot.
That one right there in the middle. You can't see where I'm pointing. I'm wearing a white shirt, that one. And then Dreamy Mag is what it's called. Dreamy Magazine. It's just a modeling magazine. I think I was on the front cover and then the back cover of it.
Oh, you hit front cover. That's dope.
I hit front cover.
That's dope. Hey, before you know it, that's Vogue. So, hey, keep at it.
Maybe 5 years. Yeah, so that's my published.
Dreamy Magazine. I've never even heard of them. That's cool.
Honestly, I hadn't either until I was published in it.
And they just approached you? Or
They did.
Interesting.
The photographer actually approached me, and she asked if it was okay if she gave my photos to them.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah.
So do you get, if you don't mind me asking, do you get paid for, like, them publishing you, or is it more of a, like...
So I wasn't paid for that magazine. I've had photographers ask me to, like, pay me, but I always just say no. I do it more just to have fun and do it for myself.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
Hey, good for you. I mean, I couldn't turn down $1, but hey, you know what?
It's fun. Just the experience alone is a lot of fun, so I just do it.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So wait, go back to her page real quick and scroll up further, please. Get back. So you got a sponsorship. I saw that whenever I first got on your page. How did that come about?
The swimsuit sponsorship? Oh, they once again approached me through social media.
That's crazy.
Social media does a lot.
Yeah.
They asked if I would be like one of their sponsors for their bikini line.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, so I just post photos in their bikinis, and then my friends, if they were to buy something, or anyone who used my discount code would get 10% off. So
and you get, I'd imagine, a chip of that, right?
Yeah, and then I get free swimsuits from them all the time.
That's all. Oh, hey, passive income and free shit. Good for you.
If I'm getting free swimsuits, I might as well.
So, yeah, you were saying, again, before we started, that you liked tequila. So
yes.
go to that last tab you opened up.
Oh no.
No, yeah. So The Rock. So I'm a whiskey person. Whiskey is like where I operate.
Okay,
100%.
That's weird. I am not a whiskey person at all.
I love whiskey. Oh my god. So The Rock put out his own tequila, and I've never been a tequila drinker. The one time I did really get fucked up on tequila was my 21st birthday, and my friends, God bless them, they got me home, and they all went and had an after party in my house. The house that me, him, and our buddy Evan had, who lives in Las Vegas, actually.
Oh,
now.
Interesting.
Yeah, but at the time, we were all in a big townhouse together, and they all went and had my after party at our house, and they left me in the car.
You weren't alive for it.
Yeah, I was literally in the driveway puking. But yeah, he makes some really fucking bomb tequila.
So I'm pretty basic with my tequila, which people really hate. I just do Jose Cuervo. It's $14.99, I think, a bottle. It's very cheap.
Yeah. I think this is only like $25.
I'll have to try it. I've never even heard of it.
Yeah, it's good. I don't have a bottle upstairs. Just kidding. I just have whiskey upstairs. Oh yeah, I just have whiskey. You've never had Bullet Bourbon? You ever had that?
No.
You've had it. It's good, right? Yeah.
I kind of like what's the peanut butter one?
Oh, Screwball.
That one's okay. Ugh. It's okay.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. I could not do fucking Screwball.
Yeah, I'm just not the only thing I do is tequila. That's it.
So, we were talking about this a little earlier. Can you pull us up real quick, the whole GameStop thing? So, apparently a bunch of idiots on the internet today decided to invest in GameStop to topple, like, the stock market. Did you hear about that?
No.
I saw a bunch of memes about it.
I missed that.
Yeah, so, yeah, go to that, please. So, there's a service called Robinhood.
Okay.
And basically, it's like, because investing, like, at least to me, investing is scary. Have you ever invested in anything?
No.
Have you ever invested in anything?
Just myself.
Good. That's a damn good answer. That's a damn good answer. So,
10,400%.
okay, so GameStop stock has gone up 10,000. Holy fuck. So there's an app called Robin. I don't even think it's a website. It's just an app.
Okay.
And it's just like, it's literally as easy as you link up a bank account and you just dump money into a stock.
Okay.
So I guess a bunch of people decided to go on Robinhood today and invest in GameStop because they're sick of just people like Amazon just controlling the stock market. But can you find like why it happened?
Yeah.
Or like what actually happened? Dude, reading scares me. That's why I have a room full of comic books.
Yeah, you had 1,000 comic books.
Yeah, the reading scares the fuck out of me. Yeah, okay, yeah, that scares me. You can, if you find something cool, you find something cool.
It's what it sounds like. It's like this Reddit Wall Street bets, or yeah, the subreddit Wall Street bets, like a private subreddit that people get invited to. We're talking about all these like small businesses like GameStop and AMC that's been going under.
In what universe?
And all these Wall Street big dogs are like betting on these guys losing billions of dollars and going under. So they're like, hey, what if we just buy all this fucking cheap stock right now? Just
Okay, yeah, but in what universe is GameStop a small business? GameStop is GameStop. And same with AMC theaters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't consider them small businesses. Or were they just going under because of COVID? And they're small compared to, like, Amazon? Is that their criteria?
probably.
No, it's weird because I was running errands like 2 weeks ago and I saw a GameStop like going under and it was like a store closing event. So I walked in and it was I'm pretty sure I saw a fucking tumbleweed go through the lobby of the store. Like GameStop was empty.
Yeah.
And it scared the fuck out of me. And then today, actually, when I got off of work, because what I do for work is, I can't say, like, I'm not going to say like where I work, because again, I don't think my views exactly align with the people who run the show.
Okay.
But we work with nonprofits, which is awesome. And the nonprofit that we're, like, I'm working with a development company, development marketing, and we work with a nonprofit that helps combat child suicide, which is awesome, right? It's an awesome nonprofit.
Yeah.
So I had to drive from one event to another event to drop off the partner I was working with today, and it's the event they were at was like Crunch Fitness off of Wantabo and like Lomas.
Yeah. Right by Manzano High School.
And remember that, you know that big Chinese restaurant?
Yeah.
Yeah, boarded up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's completely closed down now.
Wow.
And that blew my fucking mind. I was like, geez, man.
Yeah.
I don't know, just seeing shit like that sucks.
It was basically to see if they could just fucking do it. And now they're trying BlackBerry and then AMC next.
Just
like,
they're trying to bring back BlackBerry. We've got iPhones now.
Yeah, I know. I don't think anyone would go back from an iPhone.
I'll never forget one of my grandfathers. He had a BlackBerry, and he'd been working his entire life, right? And his company was like, "Hey, here's a BlackBerry," and so he's had these fat fucking thumbs trying to press these little fucking buttons. Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah. My dad with an iPhone, it's unreal. I like if you look at mine and my dad's text thread, it's just me. He doesn't know how to respond. And finally one day I go home, I'm like, Dad, why don't you ever text me back? And he goes, I swear if you send me another email, I'm gonna be so mad. I was like, okay, well, first off, Dad, it's not an email. Also, you should respond to me. He had no idea. It's crazy how the technology difference is so there.
My favorite is when you see people who clearly have their grandparents on Facebook.
Yeah.
And they write a comment and it says "Love Grandma" or "Love Grandma Joe," and it's like,
You're like, I know who you are. I can see your picture. Like, I know what your name is on Facebook.
oh my god.
That's so funny.
So we were talking about it a little, maybe you mentioned it actually a little earlier, but I'm just going to ask you point blank, where do you align with politics?
Oh, God.
Where do you find where do you find yourself? No, this is a good conversation.
No, this is not a good conversation. Where do I align with politics?
So I can ask you a series of questions that may or not, may or may not.
We can do that.
Yeah, sure. So, and frankly, I don't care who you voted for. Like, I don't think that matters because, like, I feel like, because like how we were talking about a little bit earlier, how like a lot of people we have more in common than we might think.
Yeah.
You know, I think most of this country falls like in the middle of the political spectrum. You know what I mean? I don't think like a lot of people are completely pro-Trump. Like you see that small sect of people that stormed the White House, right? But I don't think a whole lot of people are pro-liberal or pro-Biden that, you know, are doing all the rioting and all that craziness, right? I think a lot of them are kind of just like, I like that, but mostly I hate both of them.
There's like a middle line for sure.
So, let's see, how do I word this? I mean, do you like Trump? If you don't, it's hey, I don't like the guy. So it's okay.
I don't know what to say here. I feel like this is a trick question.
No, I would never trap you. I would never say entrapment questions at all because I hate that.
I don't know what an appropriate answer to this is. No, I don't know.
No, that's fair. Because I mean, like, there's a lot of things to hate about the guy.
Yeah, like you said, there's a middle ground for sure.
Yeah.
There's a middle ground that people are on. I obviously have a lot of friends and family who are very pro-Biden, and then people that I love and know that are pro-Trump. So personally, as a person, I don't know if it's good or if it's bad, I like to keep my politics very to myself.
Oh, no, that's fair. Hey, no, that's totally fair.
That's just
No,
how I am.
hey.
Because I have very different spectrums for people.
Yeah.
You know, best friends who are Biden, best friends who are Trump. So I just
Well, that's good.
keep
Because,
it.
well, no, yeah, because like kind of how I was talking about a little bit earlier was like I hate how, you know, if you watch like the presidential primaries, like the debates, right? And they're like, hey, Tulsi Gabbard, Joe Biden, Amy Klobuchar, how do you fix climate change? 30 seconds, go.
Yeah,
And it's like,
yeah.
I don't know how to fix climate change. Like, I don't even know what climate change is, you know?
Yeah.
And so that's why, like, I started up doing this because, like, if people have something to say, they should be able to have, like, enough time to do so. You know what I mean?
Definitely, I agree.
I mean, I never understood the whole 30-second soundbite thing. You know? Yeah, no, our politics don't make sense to me.
It's. I feel like even now, just to ask anyone about politics, it's very hard this time. 'Cause,
Yeah.
you know, someone could jump down your throat for believing in what you believe in. And
So here's kind of something that I'm really interested and passionate about. So do you know what a UBI is? The Universal Basic Income?
no.
So there was a guy. So this is why I like to bring
no.
it up because like a lot of people should know about this. Like,
Yeah.
so there was a guy that was running on the Democratic Party. Yeah,
Okay.
there you go. His name was Andrew Yang, and he was the biggest proprietor of this, right?
Okay.
And his deal was there's going to come a time, a magical time, decades from now, that there will be mass joblessness and people will need money. And this is like way before COVID, right?
Yeah.
Way pre-COVID. So the idea of the universal basic income is every citizen of a country gets X amount of dollars a year or broken up by a month. And that's just like it's not welfare, but it's like it's government assistance. It's like, hey, you're a citizen, you're over 18, you're a legal adult, here's your money.
Yeah.
And his proposal was $1,000 a month. And he was like, automation's going to take over. Because I don't know if you heard about this. Pull it up real quick on YouTube. In California, Amazon started up a grocery store.
Okay.
Did you see that?
I didn't see that.
Oh, it is wild. Check this out.
Let's see it.
Okay. Yeah, that second one. Perfect.
Wow. Very interesting.
Isn't that interesting?
That is really cool. I don't know. I feel like that wouldn't work here.
Oh, in Albuquerque,
In
yeah.
Albuquerque. You can't do that in Albuquerque. Maybe other places, but not here.
So how much longer is in this video? Okay, kind of like scan over to the end real quick, like maybe like a quarter away from the end. Yeah. Okay, yeah, fuck it. So what's interesting though is in California they had that, but they had a shopping cart, and what you could do is you get the food and they just place it. See if you can find it with the shopping cart. They just drop it in the shopping cart, and there's a little monitor at the front of the cart, and it's like this is what you just put in it. This is how much it costs, and then if you want, you can see Amazon reviews on it.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. That's really neat.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
right there. Yeah, that's
Perfect.
cool.
Okay. Yeah. So there it is. Okay. So what scares me about that is, with the exception of some sort of security measures, because again, you have places like Albuquerque where
Yes.
they will literally just
Someone
go in.
will cheat the system.
Yeah, and they're just going with garbage bags. Like, that is a lot of jobs gone out of a grocery
Yes,
store.
I agree.
You know what I mean? It's a lot of jobs just gone. And then Amazon is they're starting up. They're trying to get it going. Amazon and Tesla, where you have driverless trucks. Where like you have all these freight trucks going back and forth across the country that are completely AI.
Yes.
I think we're a few years away from that. But even then, so Andrew Yang was like, yeah, this is coming. This is what we needed to do. And everyone called him crazy. They're like, no, we're not going to lose our jobs. The economy's fine. And then COVID happened, and it was like, well, the fuck, we're stuck with Biden and Trump, and now we're fucked. And so the Trump administration actually called in Andrew Yang, and they were like, what is a UBI? Because we didn't pay attention. And obviously nothing came of it because we got like, I think a collective $1,800 of a stimulus check, right? Like 7 months apart.
Yeah.
A bunch of fucking morons. But yeah, so I just think that's interesting. And like, I don't know, like, I think that's kind of needed now. You know, when we were just talking about how New Mexico lost all of its welfare.
Yeah.
And, like the welfare hit its cap, rather, I guess. I had a point that I was going with this. I just lost my train of thought. I had a point that I was...
Too much going on.
Oh, my God. Where was I going with this?
I don't fucking know.
I was going somewhere with this. Fuck you.
I can't read your mind.
Thank
I
you.
have no idea.
I lost my train of thought. Anyway, UBI is important. I think we should fucking have it. But yeah, I think that go back to that commercial real quick.
The commercial or this?
Yeah, that. So, do you think that could ever really work here in Albuquerque? Like without the ghetto taken out of it, do you think that could ever work here in Albuquerque?
No. I just don't think that could happen. There's too many, unfortunately, people that are just would take advantage of it, I think. But I mean, we all hope that we can live in a world that no one would do that and that it could work perfectly.
Yeah.
It would be really interesting if we could do that or try it out or have a test trial or something like that.
So where is that based out of?
Seattle.
That's in Seattle? But Seattle just had all those fucking riots. All those people going crazy. Whatever. So you saw what happened in the Capitol, obviously,
yes,
right?
Yes.
And all that absolute madness. And him and I were just talking about this. And I mean, the way we digested it is that it was just a bunch of idiots trying to do a failed revolution.
Mm-hmm.
Like, with our government going the way that it's going, like, do you think that was even warranted, them storming the Capitol?
No.
Yeah, no, right?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, no, right? Like, and then I don't know if you see if you can find pictures of it, because David couldn't find pictures of it, but they brought like guillotines and shit to the Capitol. Did you see that?
No.
And like nooses and stuff. See if you can find that.
I looked at an article on CNN, and that actually had a lot of really interesting photos of it. Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's...
That's Arizona Capitol.
Yep, there you go.
That's not the Capitol, though.
Oh, that's the French president.
Yeah. Some guillotine.
So hey, actually, here's something I'm actually being curious about, and it finally came back to me. Has COVID affected like your modeling side gig at all?
A little bit. I had to do one shoot with 4 photographers up in the Sandias, and we were all required to wear masks.
So it was ran by like a company, not just like a freelancer trying to...
Not a company. It was 4 different photographers who wanted, once again, different images at the same location. So when we all got there, we all had to wear masks, and then once I went off with each different photographer, we were allowed to take them off.
Okay.
So, yeah, that affected it a little bit.
So walk me through like setting up a shoot. Like, what is that like? 'Cause I've obviously never done that. I know I'm but
Really? I had no idea.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, thanks. But yeah, like so what's that like setting up for a shoot and the preparation that goes behind it?
So usually what I get asked for specifically is Southwestern photo shoots. So I bring my hats and my turquoise and my everything New Mexico, and I take like 4 or 5 different costume changes, and then meet up with them. Usually we shoot in the mountains or Old Town, really basic places in Albuquerque. But yeah, we'll just go there, and then I meet up with the photographer, and we just go to different little locations in each place and pose.
So what's kept you doing it? Like, what do you like about it? It's it's just so foreign to me. Like,
I think for me personally, I don't have the best self-confidence, so going to a photo shoot really makes me feel empowered and happy about myself. And I'm sure a lot of other people feel the same way when they do a photo shoot. It makes you feel proud of yourself, I guess, a little bit. So that's why I do it. I enjoy, helping out the photographers too. A lot of the photographers that I shoot for are building up portfolios or things like that, so they can send their work to other agencies and get hired for photography things. So,
oh, awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So as far as physically goes, do you consistently go to the gym? Do you try to eat properly, or is it just
I knew you were gonna ask this question.
I am genetically sound and I am ready to go?
So, I was just telling Isaiah, I was like, he's gonna ask me about my diet. I do not go to the gym.
Try to come a little bit closer to the mic.
Sorry.
Just a hair.
A little bit. Is that better?
If you can hear that own voice in your head, you're set.
Okay. No, I don't go to the gym on a regular basis, and I eat almost anything and everything that I want.
Oh, so you're just blessed. I wonder what that. Both of you are blessed.
I think I was a little bit blessed with that. I probably should as I get older. Your metabolism doesn't work that great as you get older, but for now, I'm doing pretty good with eating a whole large pizza to myself. So.
God, I miss high school. I'm fucking 23 years old, and already
you're 23?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea. I'm 24. I'm older than you. I wouldn't have.
You thought I was older than you?
Yes, I thought funny. For sure you were.
But yeah, now my metabolism's starting to slow, and I can see it in the mirror.
Wait till you get 24.
Oh.
It's hitting me a little bit. I need to maybe start going to the gym every day.
So how long till 25?
It's going to be downhill from there. Downhill.
Well, no, because so in the beginning of 2020, when I was overseas,
Mm-hmm.
I just had a lot of free time to myself. Mm-hmm. So I hit up one of our friends that we went to high school with, and I ended up going to college with him a little bit. He's a natural bodybuilder down in Mexico.
Oh, wow.
And he's see if you can pull up his Instagram real quick. Pull up Poncho's Instagram.
We got to see this.
Yeah, this dude's a fucking monster.
Natural bodybuilders.
P-O-N. Yeah.
Very impressive.
Oh, yeah. So I hit him up, and I was like, no. What are you doing? P-O-N. Yep.
It's a P-O-P-O-N.
You did say that.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
with him on that.
Sorry.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow. Oh, my goodness gracious.
Yeah, he's a fucking sculptor. So
Yeah.
so me and him he's a really good friend of mine, and I hit him up, and I was like, dude, I'm going insane over here. I need something to do. Train me. And he's like, do it. So I got up to I looked nothing like that. I'm going to make that very clear. I've never looked anything like that. And I got up to 193, 94 around there. And then COVID happened when I came back, and I just got fat. And then I'm going to be real. I got fucking pudgy. It sucked. Even he told me.
That's a good friend, I guess.
Yeah, he's like, dude, you're getting a little heavy. It's like, thanks, man. But then I started cutting weight like crazy, and doing a real, he put me through a real strict diet. Mm-hmm. And by the end of it, I was eating maybe 1,700 calories a day.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. And then I got too skinny, and I dropped down to 160, maybe below 160.
Yeah.
And for me, that's
tiny.
I haven't been that since high school.
Yeah.
So, and what sucks, what they don't tell you, he told me, what you don't see is the super low energy. Mm-hmm. That's why I was curious about modeling as well. I'm glad to hear you don't have to do a stupid diet.
Yeah.
Because I hear about what models have had to go through.
Oh, definitely.
And I actually watched the documentary they put out about Paris Hilton.
Okay.
And how, did you see that?
No, I didn't.
See if you could pull that up with a trailer or something.
Does it go
It goes into her life.
Okay.
And it's horrific what she did to her body, on top of all the drugs and all that insanity. Yeah, the real story of Paris Hilton. Yeah, this is Paris. Yeah, and basically it's heartbreaking. She basically says how she isn't even a person, she's a brand. and how
that's sad.
yeah.
That's really sad. Which, you know, I hope that I never get to that point. You know, I do modeling for fun. I hope it's never like a serious, like, that's almost like an inconvenience
You keep
for her
playing
to
it.
be doing that, you know?
Oh yeah.
It takes away why she's truly doing it. Is this on Netflix?
I think it's on YouTube.
YouTube? Huh.
Do you see how dead she is inside?
Did she just ask if she's happy? And she goes,
yeah, like, mm-hmm.
uh-huh. I'm very happy doing this. Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, when you had texted me leading up to this, and you're like, yeah, I'm not like signed, I'm not like all
Yeah,
that.
I am-
was like,
I'm-
oh, a part of me was like, thank God.
I know. I don't know that struggle. I really don't. I do modeling just for fun on the side. It's not anything that's super serious in my life. I couldn't imagine going through that. That would be very hard. Thankfully, I just do it for fun.
Have you ever had any like bad experiences like with photographers or with people trying to sign? They're just being weird because like, so I feel like behind social media, there's a mask, you know, that a lot of people can either see or a lot of people wear. It's like, oh yeah, I'm a good person. I'll do
Yeah.
this, do that. Which is like, I appreciate you coming.
Yeah.
'Cause I know getting a random DM like, hey, do you want a podcast? Like that's like, he's a weirdo. Like I totally get like stripping away COVID. I totally get it. So I thank you both for coming. This is awesome.
Absolutely.
But have you ever had like a bad experience like that?
Bad experience, no. I think not with the photographers, but bad experience with yourself. Modeling is it's a very hard thing. You know, your appearance is something that people struggle with all the time. Whether you feel good or you don't feel good about yourself. I probably feel for Paris Hilton, a lot of people don't feel the best about themselves, whether you're a famous model or not, you know. It's hard to go and make sure that you look perfect in front of this camera, feeling that maybe you don't. So
The biggest struggle is with yourself.
it's yourself, I would say. Not even the
Damn.
photographers. I think it's yourself, honestly.
Really? So
I
what-
do think that.
So did you feel it the most when you started out, or just like do you kind of is like a consistent thing that you're kind of battling with?
I think it's a consistent thing. Even
Really?
coming here to do this, I was like, oh my gosh, they're not gonna like me. I'm gonna say something stupid. I'm gonna look dumb. I'm gonna do this. My hair doesn't look good. This doesn't look good. I think being a model and like a public figure is very overwhelming.
Yeah.
It's a lot of like anxiety, I mean, when you're a model, you look perfect, you know, and sometimes you may not look perfect. So I think that is really hard for a lot of people, at least for me.
No, it's totally understandable. And I think that's one of the worst parts is like perfect isn't really attainable.
Yeah.
Did you
yeah.
need the trash? Or okay, thanks.
Oh.
He's checking the cameras without me asking him.
Yay.
Thanks, man.
Big head was in the way.
Yeah. I need a better desk because, like, so you have like a bar running under you,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That I strapped it to, but like I don't, so I had to like, yeah.
And my leg keeps hitting it. I'm like,
Oh, I'm
shaking.
so sorry.
I was like, I'm shaking the table, I think.
Oh no, you're totally good. But yeah, I couldn't imagine doing like modeling or anything like that, trying to like keep yourself perfect. And,
It's hard. It's hard for sure, especially doing costume changes and, you know, working with different photographers. Each photographer wants something different and different poses. I remember one time I had to lay like on a brick wall and the bricks were like stabbing my back and they're like, relax your face. I'm like, I can't, I'm being stabbed by a brick. It hurts so bad. So it's really hard. I mean, it looks simple, but it's not simple.
Really?
It's
I was gonna
hard.
ask you what's like the weirdest like position you've had done for a
I
shoot.
mean,
We
they
had to-
make me. One time I had to climb a tree and be up in this tree, and I was wearing high heels. That's not easy to do.
So they didn't just give you regular shoes
Nope,
and just toss you the heels
I had
up
to
to
climb up in the heels, and she's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, kind of." Like hanging on to this tree, and it was.
No, say it. What's up? My. Okay, so if I'm like
Do I
this,
need to move? Should I move?
if I put my hand up, it goes in the camera. Okay. Yeah, we're still very low budget here, bud. Like this is not. We're not presenting this to anybody, okay? And that's a good segue because, like, what I was gonna say is like that's why one of my bigger inspirations is Rogan because he clearly does not give a fuck.
Oh no.
You know, like,
I mean,
like he could give a shit. Have you seen like the very first Joe Rogan episodes?
No, I haven't.
So the first episode, I watch it every now and again to like calm myself
Refresh.
down. Yeah, whenever I'm like I have like anxiety about is this good enough? Because like the first. Yeah, maybe 15 minutes of it. See if you can pull it up real quick, if it's even on YouTube anymore, because I know they went exclusive with Spotify. But the first, 15 minutes is him and this guy named Brian Redband, who's another comedian. Mm-hmm. They're trying to figure out, see if they're actually connected to Wi-Fi or not. Because this is back in, 2010. No, that's not it. I didn't even know they kept... Oh, wait, so go up real quick? I thought they removed everything from...
I think they're working on it.
Go all the way up? Or, so go to Powerful JRE, and then go to Videos, and do Oldest. Go to Uploads, or yeah, there you go. Oh, so they just kept, the most famous ones on YouTube. Just kidding. But yeah, it's him and Brian Redband trying to figure out if they're connected to Wi-Fi for 15 minutes, and I was like, "Oh, thank God!"
Thank God, yeah. Everyone has little hiccups like that.
And then because he was my first guest, and we were shooting on these little $25 cameras, these little things off of they didn't have a brand.
Yeah.
There was no brand on the
just
box.
Just a random.
Yeah, just a camera, and I got them off of eBay, and we set them up and we filmed it. Like, yeah, we did it. We're podcasting.
We're famous. We're almost to Joe Rogan.
Yeah, we can do this. We have this for 10 more years. so I because I'll shoot and all this, but then I have another buddy who lives in LA and he helps me produce it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, cool. I'm super blessed for him.
What a good connection.
Yeah, he does my RSS feeds. He's trying to get me on the Spotify and all that good stuff. Well, I sent him the footage and he was like, "Dude, I can't use this." And I was like, "Dude."
Oh, that's so discouraging.
Yeah, I was like, "Please, try to salvage something. I beg you." We have a deadline. And he's like, "All right," a deadline that I set too. And he takes a clip of it and sends it back to me, and he goes, "Dude, this is me after I just spent 5 hours on the past 3 minutes of this episode,
and it wasn't good.
This is not good." And I watched it, and the footage is orange. I shit you not, it's orange. And I'm like, oh my God! So that's why our first episode is it's only what's it called? It's only audio.
Okay.
It's only audio, and it's off of these these $25 cameras
from eBay.
Yeah, from eBay that pick up everything. We have the heater going on. If you hear in the background, the entire time. Oh, it's fucking.
Thank
horrible.
goodness you've upgraded, huh?
Oh my God! Well, I was blessed enough, or I am blessed enough to have some investors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's why all of this is a thing.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, because if not, I'd just be recording with my phone. And we could be like that.
Talking
to a phone. Oh, yeah. That's not the first one. That's a compilation video somebody else did. It doesn't matter. Fuck it. So outside of running your tanning salon and being the secretary for the law firm, what else do you, I mean, it's hard to do things now because of COVID.
It is a little hard.
So how do you fill your free time?
I spend a lot of time with my friends.
That's awesome.
A lot of time, yeah. Of course, we do it socially distancing, but time with my friends is really great. And then I used to be a very competitive soccer player, so I used to do that for a long time.
Oh, no shit.
Yes, I did. Love soccer.
So why soccer?
I don't know. My parents put me in that when I was 3 years old, and it just stuck.
And you just stuck with it. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I'm very active. I do a lot of things. I love to go snowboarding. I love to, hike in the Sandias.
Oh, you actually just went snowboarding, right?
Yeah, I did.
Where did you guys go?
We went to Angel Fire.
Angel Fire. See, I've never been snowboarding.
I had never been. Oh, ever in your whole life? Oh, I thought you were saying you've never been to Angel Fire. I was like, yeah, I just went there too.
Oh, I've never been snowboarding or skiing.
Well, you have to go. It's a lot of fun. It's a really good time. Yeah, I had never been to Angel Fire. That was my first time. And it was a blast. It's a lot of fun. Do you skateboard? Do you know how to do any of that?
So funny story. When I was a kid, my dad, when He was still around. Thanks, Dad.
Oh no! I'm like, do I laugh? What do I do with that?
I'm sorry.
I was like, how do I approach that? I hate when people make jokes like that. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, but you made it a joke.
No, it's okay. I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable. I'm sorry. Anyways, when I was like 7 years old, he tried to teach me. So he tried to teach me how to skateboard. So we went to UNM's campus, and he was like showing me how to do it, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. And so I'm on the skateboard, and I went for a little bit. I was like, all right, awesome. And he's like, show me, so this is how you do like a certain thing. I forget what it was. And my dad at this point, he's like 53, maybe 54 years old. So a grown, borderline elderly man is getting on a fucking skateboard, right? He hops on. He goes maybe like 3 feet. The skateboard leaves him.
It just goes in.
Yeah, it goes under, and he falls flat on his back.
Oh.
And he goes, like this empty sound. And I'm looking like, is my dad dead?
Is he okay?
Yeah. And this dude, who looking back on it was clearly high as fuck. Right? This college kid walks by, long hair. This is back when like the scene phase was a thing, right?
Yeah.
So the long hair, beanie.
Yeah.
And he goes, hey man, you okay? And I walk over, I'm like, Dad, you okay? And he like and he, see, I've been told a few times I should take my stories to a comedy club and just see what happens. So I'm glad I'm making you laugh. And my dad just like got up and like I heard like 15 bones just pop. And like,
poor thing, going back into place.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, we're done here. I was like, oh fuck. So no, I can't skateboard.
Yeah, no, that was me on the mountain. My last run at Angel Fire this past weekend, I was going, cruising, and I fell. And this guy just like rolls up to me and he goes, oh my God. He goes, are you okay? Because I fell so hard.
Oh, you fell?
I fell so hard. Like, I think the hardest I've ever fallen. I cried a little bit. I was like crying. And this random guy, he's like, are you okay? And I was like, I don't think so. Because I really didn't think I was okay. I fell so hard. But no, I totally get it. Sometimes you got to eat it. You just got to fall. And
because like my last job, I worked in a warehouse for a flooring company, and they had a contract up in Taos, Taos Ski Valley. Have you been there?
I've actually never been to Taos.
It's really beautiful.
Yeah.
Super beautiful. But like I remember pulling up and just seeing it. Obviously, I'd imagine it's like the Black Hill, or it's called the Black Hill, right? Like the hardest hill.
Like a Black Diamond.
Black Diamond.
Yeah.
Okay, he snowboards. I fucking don't.
Help him.
Yeah.
He said no.
Yeah, no, fuck that. Are you kidding? Yeah,
You have to go once.
Yeah, I'm gonna slide down ice on a board without brakes. Like what?
The first few times suck.
He'll take you on a bunny hill. It'll be fine.
You know, little kids like they have the whole the escalator all the way up. And they slide down.
What the fuck is a bunny hill?
It's like for the babies. That's where you'll start out.
Super Weenie Hut Junior.
Exactly.
Because like, and I remember pulling up for the first time and just seeing this giant hill, and it just kind of went like that and then down. I was like, why the fuck would you fall? I mean, let's be, you're falling with style. Why would you fall down that on a board with no brakes? At least you can brake on a skateboard.
No, you learn how to stop. You can stop on a snowboard for sure. You can. You just have to learn it.
Wrong, then you go even faster.
Yeah. You have to learn how to do it properly.
Neither one of you are selling me on this.
Yeah.
This sounds terrifying.
We're not making it sound very fun.
This sounds terrifying. I'd rather speed down Paseo when it's iced over. like, at least then if I crash, it'll kill me.
Yeah, if you snowboard crash, you're really injured.
But so how is that was your first time going on like snowboarding and skiing and all that? Did you snowboard or ski? Which one?
I snowboard.
Okay. Have you ever skied? I've heard skiing is so much worse.
See, that's weird. I've heard it's a lot easier.
See, I've heard it's worse because like your legs like aren't connected onto one thing. So it's on the one thing you can fall. But otherwise, you like
I've wanted to try to ski, but all my friends snowboard, so I don't want to be the only skier.
That's fair. Skiing's kind of weird.
Yeah.
So soccer, like when's the last time? So like, is there an amateur like soccer thing here in Albuquerque or?
For men, I guess
Okay.
United is like the amateur.
Okay.
No, I guess amateur.
I was saying,
United is professional,
is
right?
United professional though, right?
Is it?
United's professional now.
Wow.
I mean, they're not going to the World Cup or
Yeah, they're
whatever
not
the
going.
fuck it is
No
anytime
offense,
soon.
United love you, but I don't. What? They're professional?
Yeah, but
I thought they were like our amateur isotopes team.
they actually came under a lot of heat recently in the news because they've been practicing like without COVID stuff.
Boo hoo.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, who gives a fuck?
I
But
mean-
this, you know how liberal the state is, and they're like, you're not wearing masks. You're
Well,
not
I think they have a starting date for their season.
Do they really?
I think they do. I heard that on the radio the other day. So they have to practice. They can't just play their starting game without a practice.
Well, and it was such a ridiculous comparison because it was a bunch of high school kids and literally like middle school kids that they interviewed for the news. See if you can find it on KRQE. Look up KRQE United soccer. Because they're interviewing these kids, right?
Yeah.
They're like, how do you feel about the pros practicing and you're not? And they're like, well, it sucks. I miss soccer. It's like, well,
I feel
fucker.
like that's an unfair
That's a really unfair
connection
comparison.
there.
Like,
Yeah.
like, I get it. Like, if you're some high school, you're like the one high school
But
football
also,
star.
I'm
but
sure
like,
United, I'm sure they're doing tests to make sure everyone is negative, They're not just...
no, recent than that. Much more recent, like January of this year. But yeah, you would imagine that they have the money to do like tests and shit.
They're for sure doing protocols. They can't not have practices and have a start date for a game of the season. That just doesn't make sense.
No, exactly. And I mean, like, I have a very, some people would say skewed, I guess, view of COVID. But
Yeah.
like, we need to move the fuck on. You know what I mean? No, seriously. We need, like, I get that it's
We need to move on in a healthy
way.
productive way,
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, but like, where.
But we do need to move on.
Yeah, continue to wear a mask, continue to, like.
Exactly.
I mean, wash your. What really pissed me off, going a little tangent
Wash
here,
your hands.
is like, I remember in between like March and June of last year, there were videos. I don't have like cable TV,
Yeah.
so I would see everything on YouTube. And there's YouTube videos of people like Jimmy Fallon washing his hands.
Sing your
Why?
ABCs or sing
Yeah.
your happy birthday.
Why the fuck do I need Jimmy Fallon to tell me how to wash my fucking hands?
But also, you should just be washing your hands in general.
No, yeah. It's like everyone knows. Like, no one wants to be that guy who uses the restroom, doesn't wash your hands. You know everyone's just staring at
Yeah,
you.
like waiting for you to use the little electric thing to wash.
You dirty fuck. Like, ugh. I can't imagine
Yeah.
washing my hands. But like, no, we need to move forward. Like, because our economy's tanking. People are jobless.
I think with working at the bankruptcy law firm, we've seen a lot of loss. Which is really, really sad. Small businesses and things like that. We need to figure out how to still help those places. What is this? This is the...
Go up real quick. Poll support shows support for a soccer stadium.
Oh, so they won't play at the Isotopes anymore?
We don't need a soccer stadium. 40 mil. Where the fuck are we going to get $40 million?
I mean, a soccer stadium would be really cool because United was really good. And, like, look at how many fans they had. Compare that to, like, any of our other sports that we have.
I was to say, I was surprised that you even brought up the Isotopes. I haven't heard of the Isotopes.
I'm a big baseball fan, so I love the Isotopes.
Okay.
Love baseball. But United has a bigger following than the Isotopes for sure.
Yeah, I forgot the Isotopes existed.
They're still here. They're going.
Wait, what's up?
I think soccer does in general.
Soccer does in general, for sure. That's the most watched sport in the world.
Like, period,
for sure,
right?
For sure.
Period.
Oh, yeah. I mean, absolutely. And we have people from New Mexico that followed them all over the nation to watch their games. Like, they have a huge following, which is really awesome. That's really great. So I think they should start playing. I want to see a game.
But-
I've never seen a game.
But I would like to see all of the, or at least like a projection of, how long does it take for that $40 million to pay for itself?
Yeah.
Because like now.
And where are they going to put that?
Like, well, yeah, okay, yeah. A, where the fuck are you going to put it? B, I mean, you can't fill that stadium right now. Like with the rules that
True, very true.
with the rules that Grisham has set, you can't fill the stadium.
That.
Like
can't.
you physically
I
cannot
feel like
fill
if
it.
we didn't have those rules, people would for sure be there.
Well,
but without the rule or with the rules, we can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't know what you're talking about.
Does it say where they're gonna put it?
okay, it's fine.
Oh, let's see.
A downtown stadium. That's just what it says.
Or downtown stadium, yeah.
Huh. I wonder where downtown.
Where downtown?
Where downtown?
They bulldozed the entire bar district.
Yeah,
You're like,
where are they gonna put that?
Right next to Station 5, there's that old caravan parking lot. You know what I'm talking about? Used to be an old caravan.
No,
nightclub.
They just get rid of like Sister and Anodyne. And,
Takes out FX.
Yeah,
Takes out everything. No, we don't need these places.
No, right?
Let's put a soccer stadium. I do love soccer, but I also love FX. So.
I've never actually been to FX.
What?
I
You're
never
missing
went.
out. You're missing out.
No, that's a lie. Is FX the one where it has like the tunnel with the stripes?
Yes, that's FX.
Yeah, so I walked in there and I was like, no. And then walked right out. And I went upstairs to Anodyne and got a beer with my buddies.
Okay, yeah. They're very two different places
Yeah,
for sure.
clubbing is
for
not
sure.
my thing.
Well, then, yeah.
I could never
FX
do
is
it.
not the place for you.
Yeah, that's when like, I didn't like, obviously I want social distancing to go away and all that stuff. Like
Yeah.
when it first started, I was like, hey, this is kind of nice. Nobody's coming next to me.
Don't have to worry about
I'm not
people.
obligated to go to a bar. Like, this is great.
But it gets old. We're ready. Okay.
Is that big enough for a soccer stadium?
I don't know. That doesn't.
Yeah, that's the one place I think downtown. It's like,
I mean, a soccer stadium, a soccer field alone is
That.
that. And then add all the seats. I don't think that's gonna work.
So, educate me on baseball, because I know nothing.
Oh, I love baseball.
Yeah, talk to me about baseball, because I know fucking nothing.
Isotopes baseball or just baseball?
Baseball in general.
Baseball in general.
Whatever you like about it, because like literally the only thing I know about baseball was when I was a kid. I had the game on GameCube, and I played as the Red Sox because the Red Sox were so overpowered on that game. I would just always win.
Good team. Fenway Park. That's the Red Sox for you.
Okay.
To me, baseball is just really relaxing. To get a hot dog and a beer and just sit there and watch 9 innings of greatness is so awesome. A lot of people think it's really boring. Baseball games are like 3 hours, 3.5 hours,
they're long.
depending on how long. I don't know. I love it. It's just so thrilling. I love to play it too. 2 years ago, we hosted a baseball game for my birthday party.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I just love baseball. I think I have a hat. I'm like 3 hats away from having a baseball hat for every single baseball team in the nation. I love baseball.
That's awesome. So basically,
yeah.
if you could have that room, but just baseball.
Baseball hats, exactly. Your
That's
room,
awesome.
but baseball hats. My biggest dream and accomplishment is to go to every single baseball stadium in the country.
No shit.
Yes.
Look at how many there are in the country real quick.
There's a lot of them.
I would say there's got to be more than 50.
My favorite one so far that I've been to, which is like one of the most popular, is Fenway Park, which is your Boston video game team.
Okay.
I've had the best $15 hot dog I've ever had.
Oh, so you went to
in my
Chicago
life.
and you were there.
Boston.
Boston, Massachusetts. Boston, Massachusetts. Jeez. It's been a long day.
No, not Chicago. I've been to Chicago, but not to see a baseball game. But yeah, Boston, Massachusetts for Fenway Park.
So I can't count that much, dude.
I feel like I should probably know this number.
So did you just go to Massachusetts to only...
No, I went out there just to visit friends.
So you've been friends for a long time, I'd imagine.
He knows all my answers. My answers, and you know my fake answers. No, I'm kidding.
No, hey, that's fair. Say what the fuck you want to say, man.
No, but...
There's 30 in...
baseball.
Okay.
Teams.
Yeah, I don't care about international. Oh, no.
National American League.
Oh, I didn't know there's 2 leagues.
You need to catch up on your baseball,
Oh,
man.
yeah, I don't got time to watch
So
baseball.
who's like your go-to team? Do you even have that?
For baseball?
Yeah.
I say the Red Sox, because I'm like, yeah, they were like...
Well,
again,
you can't say that because I'm a Yankees fan, and they're rivals.
Oh, I've heard about that.
At least you know about that.
Yeah, I know that they're rivals, and I know that every time that... I mean, I've never had an instance where baseball really comes up, but I always look for LA stuff, or New York, sorry, because of the Yankees. That's cool, though.
Yeah.
I've never been to Massachusetts. What were you doing in Chicago? Am I allowed to ask about that?
What was I doing in Chicago?
Yeah.
Chicago was actually for singing.
Oh.
Yeah, I went to Chicago, 5 years ago for singing in high school.
Cool.
Which was a lot of fun. It was really cool. So yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm like, that's why I was in Chicago to sing.
Oh, that's awesome. Is singing anything you'd ever want to like try and pursue?
It was, but come on, who becomes a pop star? Not very many people.
Apparently fucking Billie Eilish at the age of 18.
Very true, but I am not as talented as her, but I do love to sing.
She's not very talented.
Yes, she. Are you joking?
I mean, look,
We are
look, I like Billie Eilish, but I also see through it. Like, there's a lot of back-end editing that I clearly see.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
I'm more of a country fan. I love country music, so I like focus on the country artists, but she is very talented. She really is. I think, doesn't she have the most Grammys?
Like 17.
Yeah, come on. That's pretty talented.
Yes, okay. So here's my thing about that, right? So I watched the Grammys for the first time in years because I was like, is she really going to pull this one off?
She
and
did
I was
it.
proud of her, like, cool beans.
She did it.
But then, like, there's a very good you can find. Look up Lana Del Rey at the Grammys. They got a good shot of Lana Del Rey when she won, like Song of the whatever, or she won a pretty big fucking award, and they just zoom in on Lana Del Rey, and she is furious. She won album. Billie Eilish won album, and Lana Del Rey was furious because Norman fucking Rockwell didn't win. Okay. And I gotta be honest, I think Lana Del Rey's album was much better than Billie Eilish's. Yes.
I'm not the biggest Lana fan. I'm not. But she is very talented as well. It's really hard to say. It's just your fan base.
I don't know. I don't like, and again, I'm not the most well-educated man out there. I mean, but I don't think Billie Eilish can sustain being famous. I think she's gonna end up just like, she'll have her solid few years and then just kind of like.
She's no Justin Bieber, that's for sure.
That dude managed to come back.
He came back. He
yeah,
really did.
And I'm not a Bieber fan. What do they call them, believers?
I'm a believer for sure.
Yeah, I never really caught on to that train, but he managed to come back. But I don't see Billie Eilish. Just look up on YouTube Lana Del Rey Grammys. Yeah, just
that face right there. Man, she is furious.
See what I'm saying?
No.
She's like,
she's defeated.
She's like, I've been making music for 10 fucking years.
She could actually kill Billy in that face.
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
18-year-old harlot shows up and wins.
Wowza, that is rough. Oh my goodness. She is talented, though. You can't say that she's not talented.
Oh, no. I'm not saying she's not talented.
No, not you. I'm just saying anyone in general. Like, you lost to her, that really stinks, but she is talented. She really is.
I don't think she was talented enough to win fucking album of the year. And I love that album, too. I mean, I like this. What that song was where it took samples of The Office? My Strange Addiction. I like that song.
I'm not an Office fan. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
I love The Office. That shit's awesome. They took it off of Netflix. So that kind of sucks. But My Strange Addiction was good. That was a great song. But, I couldn't, like, because she sweeped the Grammys that year,
really
right?
Did. I think she won the most Grammys out of anyone in the night. She did.
I don't think that's warranted.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, he's a diehard fan over here.
But I will say, because I'm a big James Bond fan, and I was real happy that she wrote that new song for James Bond. Because James Bond hasn't had a good, like, modern theme in a long time, except for, like, Adele's...
Thank you. I was going to say, correct it.
Yeah, with the exception of Adele's... Because Adele did Skyfall, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Skyfall was good, and the animation for Skyfall was dope, too.
Yeah, it was.
That was just gorgeous. But, like, the one that the dude did for Spectre, do you remember who that was? Like, Sam... What am I missing? Sam something? Sam Smith.
He sang for one of the...
Is that the guy's name?
Sam's...
For Spectre?
Yeah, look up the theme song for Spectre.
I'm a huge Sam Smith fan, and I...
Yeah, Writing on the Wall.
What?
That song is so annoying.
Why have I never even heard this song? And I'm the biggest fan of him.
Yeah, I'd love to play it, but we'd probably get fucking copyrighted and, you know.
Yeah, no, we don't have to do that.
Yeah, but annoying. I just think it's annoying.
Have we heard that song? I've never heard that song. I'm confused.
Yeah, man. Like, you see if you can pull up the intro to Spectre, but the audio won't play. Because the intro is gorgeous. But have you seen the Daniel Craig James Bond movies? Like
A couple.
Casino Royale?
A couple.
Okay. No, they're very much like dude movies for sure.
Yeah. I'm not a big action movie fan, but
What are you into?
I like romantic comedies.
I love movies. No, I love movies, man.
Romantic comedies, and then I love like girl on a train movies, like mystery. Have you seen that movie?
Girl on a Train?
You've never seen it? Like mystery, like murder mystery movies.
So like Gone Girl. You like Gone Girl. Have you seen
Is
that?
that what it is? I think Girl on the Train might be the...
Well, no, I'm saying but Gone Girl's a movie.
Yeah. No, but like movies like that, I love, like suspenseful.
Have you seen Gone Girl though?
Yes.
With Ben
The
Affleck
train,
and...
not the train. Why do I keep saying train? She slits the guy's throat.
Does she?
Yes.
Yeah, with Ben Affleck and Rosamund Pike.
She fakes her death.
Yes.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, so press play.
I love movies like that.
But like skip forward to like when it's actually like cinematic and not just, there we go. So Sam Smith is playing behind this.
I've never heard this song, which is so weird because I love Sam Smith.
Let's see if I can like turn it down enough to where like the mics won't pick it up. Yeah.
No, I've never heard that before.
Oh yeah, it's real good. Like the movie's pretty good.
My sister's a big 007 fan, so I watch.
Oh, is she?
I've seen those because of her, but other than that,
that's fair.
I wouldn't pick to watch them.
I'm trying to convince my girlfriend to watch the new one with me when it comes out. I'm trying my best.
See, I had no idea there was a new one.
Yeah,
What is that?
No Time to Die.
How many is that?
Oh, fuck.
17.
25?
25?
25, right?
No way.
Because originally they're going to call it Bond 25, I think.
Holy moly. There cannot be 25.
I think there's 25 of them. Just look up No Time to Die. Because it'll say on Wikipedia what number that is. But yeah, Billie Eilish did the theme for it.
I had no
It's
idea.
good.
Wow.
It's pretty good. It is pretty good.
What does it say?
Well, yeah, it's his 5th movie, but there's like...
25th installment.
Yeah, 25th installment of
Wow.
the James Bond movies.
Holy moly.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy. That really is.
Oh my God, delayed to 2022.
Oh, the guy from, what is it? Bohemian Rhapsody is in it?
Yeah, so
Cool.
yeah, he's going to play the villain. He's going to play
that would be good.
like an eco-terrorist.
Cool.
Yeah. Dude, I fucking hate COVID.
2022. Oh, I didn't realize you had said that. Wow, that kind of stinks. You have a whole year to wait.
I hate COVID. Dude. Oh, and they delayed the Batman to 2022 as well.
Oh, man.
And that made me want to jump off a bridge. I'm not going to lie.
I saw your Batman action figures up there.
Yeah.
There's
yeah.
one right there as we speak.
And I'm over it. Oh, yeah, off camera, there's all my storage boxes. Yeah, I don't know.
What do you think of the Joker?
With Joaquin Phoenix?
Yeah,
Oh, I loved it.
so good. I like that one. I'm not a big action movie person, but
Oh, that's not an action movie, though.
What do you mean? Oh, okay, no, it was a little more like...
That's a drama.
It was sad. It was sad.
Yeah.
It actually made me cry for him.
No, yeah, so when I first watched it, I was like, that was interesting. I didn't know what to think of it. But the more I thought about it, I was like, that was really good.
Yeah.
You know, it was a really good movie.
It was kind of action towards the end.
Well, towards the end.
Yeah.
But I think it's such an interesting take on that character.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean?
It's like the backside story that you don't know about.
Well, yeah, but he's like, I never thought, because I didn't give a fuck about it when it was coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought the trailers looked awful.
Yeah.
And I could never see a world where a Joker movie worked without Batman. Because how do you do that?
You can't.
But apparently that's how you do it. And look up how much Joaquin Phoenix lost for that movie. Because I think he lost like 50-something pounds.
Oh,
to be that skinny.
Yeah, and I read an article where he like observed someone for such an amount of time I can't remember what it was, but it was something that was so interesting. He lost so much weight, and then something else. Man, I wish I could figure out what it was.
So
52 pounds. I mean, because he was skinny in that.
Mm-hmm. And I saw an interview with him, or read one, sorry, this was an article. Joaquin Phoenix, oh yeah, just get out of that, dude. I'm not taking off ad blocker. Sorry.
I mean, even just look at him in that third picture. Like,
Yeah,
look
exactly.
at how I'm not chubby, but he's full. Like, he's full in that.
Because that was him after
Normal.
after he filmed You're Never Really There, which is a really weird movie.
Okay.
Really weird movie. But he was literally eating an apple a day.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he said he was like, I would eat an apple a day, I would film what I needed to film, and then go home and sleep.
Yeah, teach me your ways, Joaquin.
Fuck that.
I need to learn how to eat an apple a day.
I can't, man.
Oh yeah, no, I can't. I love food way too much.
But
He did an amazing job.
he did a fantastic job.
He did. I think it's always really cool when actors like get so into their character. Like, have you seen A Star Is Born? No? Oh,
No, I did.
I'm scared. I'm like,
No,
what is he
I
going to
did.
say? Do you hate it?
So I watched that movie, and I was like, full spoilers for A Star Is Born. So I remember watching that movie, and so I was living actually in Roswell at the time.
Okay.
And I got on my computer and I was watching it, and I heard it was sad,
Okay.
right? And so I remember in the very beginning of the movie when Bradley Cooper's all fucked up and he's in the back of the limo.
Yeah.
There's a shot where it's like he's sitting and the camera's like this, and you can see through the window, and there's a billboard, and it has 5 nooses on it.
What?
Yeah, I swear to you.
Oh, for sure.
See if you can find
No,
it. Yeah,
I have never caught that.
Yeah, and I'm a film fucking weirdo, right? I like take mental notes on movies that I watch.
Yeah.
And so I looked at that and I was like, this motherfucker's gonna kill himself.
You just knew it. What's a remake?
Yeah,
so
right
who's
there.
It's like right at the beginning.
What? I have never noticed that.
Well, see, and I had no idea that it was a remake, and I had never seen the original movies. I had no idea what The Star Is Born was. And so I watched
You
it.
just knew.
And I was sad when he died. And I was like, oh, man, that sucks. And with that final scene with Lady Gaga, where it's like panning in on her face and getting close, and I was like, oh,
Cry a
fuck,
little
man.
bit.
Oh, at the very end where it just held it on her. Oh, I lost it. Oh, I lost it. I was like, fuck,
no, that
man.
movie's so sad. But going back to the actors, what's so amazing is he sings in all of it, which he's not a singer. He's an actor, you know.
Right.
Lady Gaga's a singer, for sure. But then he also learned how to play the guitar on his own. That's really
I heard about
amazing.
that.
That's awesome that he went so far into his role to do that.
Well, that was the first movie he ever directed.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm not surprised that he did that.
He just went so far into depth.
Yeah,
with it.
and he plays like the poor bastard. I don't know if it was a good thing or a bad thing, but he plays a really good drunk.
He does. He's really good at it.
He's really good at being drunk, and he actually produced Joker. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, so
That's interesting.
Him and Todd Phillips became really good friends after the Hangover movies,
Okay.
and so Todd Phillips directed Joker,
Yeah.
and he produced it with his company.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I
had no
think
idea.
they made up for like I think $12 million of like the 50 they spent.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, but yeah, I love that movie.
It's a good one.
So have you
Sad.
seen the originals?
I've actually never seen the original. No.
Yeah, neither have I.
No. But you know, I had a grandma who told me all about it, so I knew what was going to happen.
Because the original one had
Barbra Streisand. Is that who
yeah,
it is?
Barbra Streisand was in the 70s one, I think.
There's 3 of them?
Yes. Yes?
Looks like 4?
There's 4 of them.
Wow.
Original.
Judy Garland. Look at that. Hey.
No way. I had no
Fucking-
idea.
I can't.
Dorothy.
Dorothy.
Little
Thank
Dorothy.
you.
Look at her.
Dorothy.
The
I just
Wizard
kept
of
thinking.
Oz.
I just kept thinking Kansas.
Kansas.
Can you find a trailer for the original Star Is Born?
We're gonna find out.
I had no idea there were 4. I thought there was only 3.
I thought there was only 3 as well.
Oh, see, that's Barbra Streisand.
The-
We're going to have a movie night.
So is that actually Judy Garland singing? I'd imagine so, right?
I would think so.
Oh, so this is like way after
Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz.
Yeah,
Not to be an asshole.
She looks a lot older.
She
does.
looks a
She
little
does.
aged. Like fine
Just say it
wine.
kindly.
Like fine wine.
Good job,
Yeah,
good job.
exactly.
Oh, she doesn't look that old.
Oh,
there.
no, not there. That's just a real bad shot.
She probably wished they didn't record that one.
When they kiss so passionately in movies.
So much love.
Like the
there.
dude was engulfing the poor woman's face.
Huh. I had no idea.
Okay, so this is 54. So, funny thing, so HBO Max, right, Warner Brothers' new like streaming service, they've got a bunch of their old school movies on there.
Really?
And I've come to appreciate them.
Yeah.
So I was watching a Streetcar Named Desire. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
It's with Marlon Brando.
Okay.
Do you know who that is?
No.
The Godfather.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Back when he was like Brando, like
Okay.
the guy. And when you watch those movies, see if you could pull up Streetcar Named Desire and like just a scene. Like it's very clear that a streetcar named Desire.
See, I've never even seen Godfather. I'm slacking. I'm really. Oh no!
I just like
I'm being judged very hard.
Well, I know I'm just surprised more than anything because like that's such a classic.
It's a classic for sure. That
Have you seen
everyone...
Scarface? No. With Pacino? Okay, so my first point. And so watch these guys.
Okay.
See, it's very clear that these actors are trained by like stage performers, right?
Yes.
So they like enunciate their voice and they're very projecting,
Yeah.
and it's like. See, and it's almost like presented like it's a theater show.
Yeah, yeah.
Look up a scene, not a trailer. I want to see a scene, not this like. And it's so corny. Like no, it is like so. They literally have like streetcars running through New York, right?
Yeah.
And she walks up to the station and the conductor who's like, well, hi, doll. What can I do for you today? And she goes, I'm looking for a streetcar named Desire. And I'm just like,
No. Absolutely not.
oh yeah, look
Wow,
at that.
who's that? Yeah.
That's Marlon Brando.
That's the Scarface guy?
No, that's Al Pacino. So he's the Godfather
Oh,
in Godfather.
whoops.
What's his actual name in Godfather? Yeah, same. Okay. Wait, Don Corleone, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, look at that fucking guy. Like, that's a man.
That's a man.
That's a fucking man.
I'm like,
And so,
how do I go back to find that man?
oh no, right? And like, so I, because my girlfriend's like a super like movie nerd too, right? And she was telling me how she read this, like, she was reading something how like apparently Marlon Brando was bisexual.
Oh.
And so he would just show up on set and fuck. Just everything.
Anything and everything in his way?
Yeah, he
Interesting.
fucked everything. Who's gonna tell him no?
Yeah, no. I wouldn't tell him no.
Who's gonna
Would you tell him no? Thank you. None. I don't think anyone would. Yeah, he had all right to do that. I mean, look at the back muscles.
And so he's not like stupid jacked either. He's just well built. He eats a good amount of protein. He gets 8 hours of sleep at night. He drinks water, and he probably lifts weights.
Oh,
You know?
Yeah. That was so bad.
Can you rewind that?
I don't ever want to see that part again.
So apparently Marlon Brando knows how to hiss like a cat.
Yeah.
Wait, back that up one more time.
It gets worse.
So
no.
full disclosure, I never finished the movie.
Yeah, no, that was a bad scene. That was weird. Oh my gosh.
But so there's Scarface right there. You've never seen fucking Scarface. Do you know what it's about?
Drug dealers?
Yeah, honestly. It's a
cocaine, right? Isn't it cocaine?
It's a super racist movie when you look back at it. But
That's him?
Yeah, so basically it's Al Pacino.
Wow, he didn't age well.
And he
That's not him? I thought we agreed that was him.
No, that's not Marlon Brando.
Oh.
No, that's
like that just not
that's
look
another
like
guy.
the same
That's Al
person.
Pacino. That's Al Pacino. So he plays this dude from where the fuck is he from? Cuba, right? Cuba?
Yeah.
He's from Cuba. He's this Cuban guy. So him and his cousin show up in Florida, and they're basically like, "I'm gonna run this city or this state. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna run this place." They show up in Miami, and they just start this drug empire. And I mean, he dies in a blaze of glory because like who shows up, like the DEA, right?
It's the DEA or another gang.
No, it's a bunch of feds that show up. It's not a gang.
Yeah, it's feds.
Yeah, the feds show up and just absolutely just fuck him up. See if you can find the scene where he dies. It's fucking corny as hell, but
It's definitely a movie that I need to add to my list.
oh
for
yeah,
sure.
it's good.
Oh,
Oh yeah, his coked up wife, this poor woman. And that's literally mountains of cocaine on his desk. Skip to the part where the feds show up, dude. Yeah, so he kills his cousin.
what's his famous line?
Say hello to my little friend.
That's what it is.
Yeah, it's coming up here in a little bit. Yeah, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Okay, yeah.
The blood too is like just so fake.
Oh, see, but here's the thing, though, right? Is like I prefer that over like what we have today.
Oh, it's kind of
Like,
scary now.
Like well, no, because like the digital. Let's look up an action scene from The Expendables 3, real quick. Did you ever watch those movies, The Expendables? Not good movies, but the gimmick behind those movies is like we're gonna take all the old beaten up action stars and throw them into a movie, right? No, seriously, so it's like
Bruce Willis?
yeah, it's Bruce Willis, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Don Cheadle
Just
shows
throw
up.
him in there.
Sylvester Stallone with like so poor Sylvester Stallone. He looks like he got his mustache like stapled to him.
Poor thing.
This poor guy. But the blood is so digital. Like it's
Really?
so clearly
There's
fake.
some movies nowadays with blood that I'm like, okay, that looks a little too real.
Because they use practical effects.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
These are just really cheap.
yeah, just find a fight scene where there's blood going everywhere. Oh, I'm sorry, do Expendables 2, because Expendables 3 is rated PG-13, and they're not going to show blood. But there's this, I don't know if you're into zombie movies at all. No? There's a remake of an old school Dawn of the Dead that they put out like in 2004.
Okay.
And the guy who did it, Zack Snyder, he was like super intent on using like real blood. Mm-hmm. So there's a special features where like they have like the zombies like in a scene, they're like on a fence, right? And they have these lines going from the back of their head, runs down their shirt, and they'll like press a button or they'll do something, and they have a prosthetic on the back of the person's head that just opens up and blood comes out.
And it's real blood?
Oh no, it's like no.
I thought you said real. I was like, that
No. But they have it where like a goop they've made. So so all the blood's coming out of the bad guys. That's all so clearly fake, right? And just so digital.
Yeah.
Right. Now look up Dawn of the Dead 2004 behind the scenes. See if you can find that. Because they said like all these contraptions and all these things, and I'm sure it was super messy to clean up because there's a bunch of like corn syrup. But that was really cool.
Ew.
No. No. Yeah, right there. Yes.
You really are into your movies, huh?
Wait, no, go back to the beginning. Yeah, see? It's all real. Oh yeah, it's all fucking real.
Oh my lord.
And yes, that's the director.
Yeah. Oh.
This is why I love podcasting. This is why the fuck would we have ever gone here, right?
And I'm like, I was like, okay, he's going to ask me a bunch of questions about modeling. Now we're talking about dead zombies. Like, what is going on here?
But isn't that cool?
Yeah, that is. Ew. I don't know if it's cool.
Well, that's the guy from Modern Family, by the way.
I was going to say, why does that guy look so familiar?
Yeah, that's the guy from Modern Family. I think this was his first like major movie role.
Really? Mm-hmm. How funny.
And he plays it like a complete asshole too.
Ew, that is so cool.
Isn't that cool?
Ew, that's freaky. Ay.
But yeah, so like I don't. Yeah, so what was I fucking gonna say?
We have no idea.
Okay. Romantic comedies. Okay, so there's a romantic comedy that you should really check out. Just pull it up on Wikipedia.
That was such a change.
It's called Shaun of the Dead. You ever seen that?
I've heard of it.
Okay, great movie. Extremely gory. Full disclosure, extremely gory. But it's with Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. Nick Frost is the fat guy. And basically, like, Shawn is in like a failing relationship with his girlfriend. Things are going bad, and then the next morning, a zombie apocalypse happens.
Okay.
And they all get holed up. It's literally like an hour and 30 minutes. It's not a very long movie, but they get holed up in a bar. And it's about them surviving, and it is where is it? It should say in here somewhere like a zom-com or some shit.
A zom-com?
Yeah, because they literally made like a gimmick about it.
Thing.
Yeah.
That is funny.
Pull up the poster. Yeah, a romantic comedy with zombies.
A zom-com.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, it is well worth your time.
I'll have to add that one to my list too.
Yeah, well worth your time.
Right behind Scarface.
See, yeah, education. You didn't want it, but you got
I've learned so much on this.
Well, in all seriousness, though, a romantic comedy that I did enjoy, I haven't seen it in years, but every time I find it on Netflix, I'll throw it up, is The Ugly Truth. With Gerard Butler and Kate... Is it Katherine Heigl? And Katherine Heigl.
What?
Yeah, The Ugly Truth. Because when I was a kid, I loved 300, right? So I thought Gerard Butler was the man when I was growing up.
I love
right?
him.
He's the fucking man.
He's really good.
So to find him in a romantic comedy, I thought it was fucking hilarious.
So I've never seen that.
You look at that guy.
He's a good guy.
He's
a good thing to look at for sure.
Going from spearing Persians to loving on Katherine Heigl. Oh yeah, that's a good one.
How funny.
But when it comes, have you ever seen? I'm sure you have. The Perks Being a Wallflower. Not a romantic comedy, but it's like
I've heard of it.
It's like a coming of age movie.
Maybe I've never seen any of these movies because the only thing I watch is Titanic over and over and over again.
See, and I've never seen Titanic.
Okay, well that's weird.
Yeah, I know. I've never seen Titanic.
I watch that 3 times a week. And
so here's why I've never seen it, because my mom had it on VHS when I was a kid.
It's 2 VHSs.
And it's 2 VHSs.
So when I was a kid, I was only allowed to watch the first one. My family wouldn't let me watch the second one because that's when everyone started to die. So they didn't want me to see it. So I could only watch. I was like, what happens? What happens after that?
The boat's just getting lower and lower.
What's happening? Yeah, so I could only watch the first one. But no, you need to watch the full thing.
Yeah, see, so I just think about that every time that like they throw it on Netflix a couple times or like Hulu.
Yes.
And I'll look, I'm like, but I bet it's so long and I don't have that much. How long is it?
It's like 3 hours and 27 minutes and 34 seconds. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know exactly.
Oh, I was like, oh my God.
Could you imagine if I'm right? What is it? 3 hours and 15 minutes. I said 34 minutes, I think.
Allah.
Very close.
That's a long fucking time,
No, but
man.
it's so worth it. So worth it. It really is. I think you should. If I'm adding Scarface to my list, you can add Titanic.
That's fair. That's fair. I can't even remember. I think the longest movie that I've seen was like. Do you ever watch the Peter Jackson's King Kong that came out a long time ago with Jack Black?
Yeah, and the guy with the big nose.
Adrian Brody.
I hate to describe him as that.
He's a Jewish actor. He's got a big nose.
That one. Yeah. That's a very long movie.
That's a long fucking movie.
But it was good. It was worth it. You sat through it, right?
Yeah, it was a good fucking movie.
Exactly.
But it's also a big monkey. Like, just
Titanic
fighting
is
things.
a big ship.
But, like, there's no action in Titanic, is there?
Yes, there is. People die. Come on. That's action.
Can you look up the death scenes in Titanic?
No, I'm going to cry. I I can't believe we're talking about Titanic right now.
Oh, wait.
Death count.
No, you idiot.
Oh, no. We don't want to see that. Oh, that's the best scene right there.
Oh, no, I've seen that. I've seen Jack die. I don't care about Jack. I want to see, like, the rest of the boat going down.
Look up when the guy on the boat say, take them down scene. I bet you that'll come up with something.
Because, like, the closest thing that I've seen to that was you ever watch the Simpsons movie?
Right. Stern sinks right there. I would do that one.
But yeah, the Simpsons movie
Yep,
where they've got Green Day playing on the lake Springfield, and like, boys, it's been an honor playing with you, and their barge fucking disintegrates and they fall.
It's so horrible making fun of this though.
Hey, that CGI ain't bad.
It's bad in some points, like really.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
So bad.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
Like you can just tell it's so bad.
And that's Kate Winslet, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You did a lot of cool like actual.
Like real world prop things, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's cool too because like a lot of the characters obviously are very fake, but a lot of them are real. Like I'm trying to see. There's one guy who does the same thing as them, and he actually survived the real Titanic.
Oh shit.
And he survived in the water. There's a scene in the movie where he just chugs whiskey, which you love. He chugs whiskey, and he was like, I don't know what he says exactly, but he goes up on the top of the boat and it sinks him down. And he survived in the water because his body was so warm from the whiskey. Isn't that crazy? And he's one of the real characters in the movie.
No shit.
Yeah, he survived from the amount of whiskey that was in his body. He stayed in the water for like 3 hours.
Alcohol don't freeze.
Everyone else froze and he stayed alive. He did. It's him right there. Watch, he chugs it right now.
Oh, that's...
Watch.
Hey,
you can see him.
That's fucking Guillermo from Jimmy Kimmel. You know what I'm talking about? No. Guillermo? Look up Guillermo and Jimmy Kimmel. Go rewind to that dude and pause it on his face and then look up... Yeah, Guillermo's like Jimmy Kimmel's Mexican sidekick.
Really?
I shit you not.
Sorry, I want to see if you chug it.
You want to see what?
If he chugs the whiskey.
He does at some point. Maybe it was before that. I think he does right here.
Pause it. Okay, now in a separate tab, look up fucking Guillermo from Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh, no, that is not the same person. They just have mustaches. Come on. I can see a little bit, but that is not.
Go back to Titanic.
That is not. Look, there's no way.
That looks just like him.
No, it kind of does. It does a little bit. It does. I don't know if he chugs it before, if there's a scene before that he chugs it, but that guy is a real life character. But I can see the resemblance, just a tiny bit.
Okay, so, yeah, play the rest of the scene.
Come on, you have to add this to your list.
Oh, I will, for sure. Because it's one of those movies that I know I have to see before I kick the can, or at least turn 35, whichever one comes first. But
hopefully the 35 comes first.
But
maybe we missed it.
Oh, that's so fucking fake.
That's all practical effects, though.
Well, right, but I could see like the practical effects bring out the CGI.
Okay, I think this was made in 1997. Calm
Yeah, it was
down
made in
over
97.
there. Could you imagine how scary?
Honestly, no.
Oh.
I'm gonna be honest. No, I could not imagine like.
Yeah, no. How terrifying!
Oh.
Just going straight into your death. There's a Titanic 2022 if you want to experience it.
Are they really? I've heard rumors about
swear,
that. Are they rebuilding the Titanic?
Yeah, Titanic 2022, and it's doing the exact same route that it did this time.
Well, hopefully, thanks to global warming, there won't be more and more icebergs.
Hopefully, they don't hit an iceberg this go around.
I never understood that, and maybe Joey can find it while I'm bitching, but like, how in the world do you not see an iceberg?
So this is what they claimed. The guy who is actually in the movie is the same person in real life. He didn't have binoculars up in the little crow's nest.
So because...
And I think, don't quote me on this, I think I read an article that they had been drinking as well. Don't quote me. I think.
So the Titanic is like the best anti-drinking and driving movie.
No. But I know for a fact that he didn't have binoculars. So that was a big part of it.
What the fuck?
And he even said he was like in court, I think, after it and had to explain, like, I didn't have binoculars. That's why we didn't see it.
But it's an iceberg.
But it was dark.
But it's an iceberg.
But maybe he had glasses.
Don't they have lights or something? I don't know.
Not in 1914 or whenever it was.
The iceberg had not been spotted because the lookout's binoculars were missing.
I told you.
Oh, I believe you. I'm just like, are these? How do you leave without binoculars?
They were just too excited, I guess.
I can't wait to go float.
They were just so stoked.
Okay, look up the Titanic survivor that drank a lot of whiskey. Because I want to see who the fuck that guy was.
He looks almost identical. Or maybe look up like Titanic survivors who are actually in the movie. Because there's only a couple of them. There he is.
If you remember the movie, a baker drinks from a flask.
We got hammered on whiskey.
Yeah.
Irish Whiskey Museum, dude.
Good for him.
Yeah. Isn't that's kind of cool?
His body, that is interesting. So is that like the movie you watch? Like when it's like, you know what am I going to watch today?
I watch it like 4 times a week, and it's 3 hours long.
Good for you. I want your free time. Oh, man.
I love that movie.
Or do you just have it playing on repeat at the
It's just like on repeat. It's just like going all the time.
That's how I used to be a lot. I just don't have time to sit down and watch movies very much anymore, but like my go-to was always Batman vs. Superman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never seen it. I'll add that to my list.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
But
It's a good fucking
we clearly
movie.
have very different movie selection. But
which is okay. That's why you're here.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's funny because my whole family obviously knows that I'm a fucking giant nerd. And so for Christmas this year, my grandma, God bless her heart, did not know what she wanted to get me.
Yeah.
And I guess my uncle just jokingly was like, hey, you should buy him a giant Batman cutout. And she's like, okay. And she found one. And I remember unpackaging that. And I was like, that is the corniest fucking thing I have ever seen in my life. But it's from my grandmother, and I don't have the heart to get rid of it. Like, I don't have the heart for it. But I put it up.
Yeah.
It's been sitting there. And I was like, hey.
It's kind of cool.
Hey, too bad.
It's not that bad.
I'm not gonna lie, it scared me a few times. And I just come
when you
down
come into the garage.
Yeah, and the garage it's all pitch black. I turn on the light. I'm like, oh my
what is
God.
That figure? Yeah, no, I can see that. It's cool. Come on, that's so cool.
Yeah, no, I like it now.
I wish I had one of those from Jack from the Titanic.
For very different reasons, I'm sure. I don't cuddle that at night, you know.
You could sleep right next to me if you wanted. Come on, look at that face.
Probably about as skinny as DiCaprio was back then, too.
He's the background on my phone.
Is he really?
He is.
The bullshit, really?
Leonardo, I swear. And my phone's in my bag.
That's fair. Okay, that's
Leonardo,
fair.
that picture right there of him, the fourth one. Oh, now it's the second one.
The one of him like looking
like
all
smiling
serious.
to the right. Nope, over that one.
The classic headshot.
That's the one. The classic headshot.
That is a pretty man.
Come on. Oh, so I'm expecting that for my Christmas gift.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's only, what is it? $50. Come on.
There's, hey, I'll buy you the pillow. Look at that.
Oh.
You can see my hoodie.
Okay, wait. That's my next Christmas gift is the Leonardo pillow.
The Leonardo pillow. Okay.
Wow. I'm actually going to order that right now. It's nice.
That space heater's getting me toasty. That's funny. They made a fucking pillow. Weren't body pillows a thing? Like, of like actual like characters from movies?
Body pillows?
I'm not gonna. Oh, she doesn't know what that is. Yeah, look that up real quick. Let's look up like movie body pillows.
Like if you're pregnant? Is that what you're talking
No,
about?
like legitimate like. Oh.
What?
Okay, no, not a Nicolas Cage one. So no, there's like So scroll up the Asian people. Not being racist, it's a fact. Down, down. Yeah, right there. So people will make body pillows the size of like the average human body. It's just like a giant stuffed pillow, and you cuddle it at night, and you fill that void.
So pregnant women use that for sure.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's what I thought you were talking. Go back. There's pictures of pregnant women with body pillows. Right. It's your first one right there.
I don't think I've ever known a pregnant woman intimate enough to ask her that question.
Well,
I'm gonna be real. I don't think I've ever. Have any of our female friends gotten pregnant? The very few that we have.
no. He goes, no.
Yeah, I don't think so.
That's it.
Cosmo.
But she lives in Georgia now. So that
you didn't know if she had a body pillow or not?
I haven't asked her. I can certainly text her.
You should text her and ask.
It's like, what, 12 o'clock in the morning, Georgia time?
That's a very pregnant thing.
Yeah, her husband's going to be psyched out. Like, wait a minute.
Why does this guy want to know? That is funny. Can you get a Leonardo DiCaprio one?
No, but you can get a Chewbacca one, apparently.
Honey
Nut Cheerios, do you see that?
As great as that sounds, the Nicolas Cage ones are freaking me out. Oh, Leonardo. Oh, okay.
You know, I'm going to be honest. I never was really a huge fan of DiCaprio until I saw The Departed. Have you seen that?
Okay, yes, I have. I thought you were going to say Wolf of Wall Street.
No, definitely not. Departed. He's better. He's way better in Departed than he is Wolf of Wall Street. I will argue that for sure.
Okay, I do respect that. I respect that.
Because like in The Departed, he's like, he has to face off with Jack Nicholson for like half of that movie.
Yeah.
And being, I feel like being an actor and having to play off of somebody like Nicholson in general is tough. But like, to maintain like I'm afraid but I'm not afraid.
Yeah.
That's got to be tough.
Yeah. And who was the other guy? Matt Damon, right?
Yeah, it was Damon. Yeah.
That's actually a really good movie. That is a good movie. That one's pretty long though too, isn't it?
It is. That's a crazy good cast though.
It's stacked.
Because it's even got like Alec Baldwin and Mark Wahlberg as side characters.
Yeah.
Like A-list actors are your side.
Could you imagine Mark Wahlberg as a side character?
No, yeah.
That's crazy. What a cast.
And that's another Martin Scorsese movie, right?
Yeah, I think right?
Score down? Yeah, Scorsese. Yeah. But like, I feel like in Wolf of Wall Street, Scorsese was like, hey, be everything you ever wanted to be if you like, just had no strings attached to life.
That movie's so good.
And then have you seen the real Jordan Belfort? A picture of that guy?
Yeah.
He is fucking ugly.
Yeah, he's ugly.
He is not a good-looking man.
You can't cast Leo as being an ugly guy.
Maybe that's why they casted him as the ugly guy.
Okay, he's not heinous. Like, he's not the ugliest thing I've ever seen.
There has clearly been a lot of really bad Mexican steroids and cocaine flowing through that body.
Okay, don't compare it to Leo.
Well, that's my point.
It
looks
like
that
a little
movie
similar right there. That's kind of freaking me out.
Well, that movie doesn't work if Leo's ugly. You can't believe that movie.
You can't believe
if he's ugly.
You're right.
You think an ugly dude is gonna get Margot Robbie, and then the other like thousands of women that clearly threw themselves at him? Oh, what was that? There is no way that's Margot Robbie's character. I'm sorry. Like, I don't mean to be an asshole, but there's no way.
You think she's ugly? She's not ugly.
But she's not Margot Robbie.
Yeah, but she's not ugly. She's not.
Because what's that called? The Fibonacci sequence, the Fibonacci equation. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
It's like you know what I'm talking about, right? Oh yeah, look it up.
No.
Look it up. No, it's a real thing. The Fibonacci sequence. It's like a mathematically derived thing that's like for someone's face, and it's like you could have what could be determined as ugly features, but as long as you're symmetrical, you're beautiful.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. And so like that's what plastic surgeons base most of their shit off of.
Interesting. Why does Nicolas Cage keep coming up on all of our searches?
He's a beautiful man.
He's right there again.
Okay, no.
What on earth?
But like, but then apparently that's also what leads for people. Like, you could tell people have plastic surgery if, like, their face is a certain way. Like, having a large face isn't bad, right? But if you have, like, a large face and you have all of a sudden a very tiny nose, it's like that person probably had really bad work done.
Yeah.
You know? You ever watch a show called Nip Tuck? Mm-hmm. You have?
Yeah. That's one thing we can agree on. Yeah, we both
only
that.
other person on this planet who has seen Nip Tuck.
Really?
Thank you.
I feel like everyone's seen that.
None of my friends have watched it, and I try to sit them down because all of it's on Hulu now. And I try to get them to sit down and watch it, but that's such a good show.
I've seen it like on like cable TV.
Oh, like when it was first coming out?
Yeah.
So I was binging it like way younger than I probably should have been. Because it used to be on Netflix when I was in like 7th grade, 8th grade, and they took it off when I was halfway through like season 3, and I was like,
I missed that show.
that's a good fucking show. Because I stopped watching when the what the fuck was his name? The like the serial killer was the Carver. You remember what he was called?
No, I don't remember. That was a long time ago.
You trying to pull that shit up? 'Cause that was a good fucking show.
It was a good show, but it...
Look up Nip Tuck season 3 and see who the villain was. That was a good show.
Probably we shouldn't have been watching that.
No, definitely
No.
not.
But it was good.
Yeah, the
Oh,
Carver.
yeah, how scary. Oh.
Yeah, the Carver. That dude right there, the main guy, he came out in a remake of a movie called The Stepfather. Did you ever see that? So bad. Oh, it's so
Probably
bad.
why I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's basically about this dude who his whole gimmick is he marries single moms, kills the family, and then moves on to another family. It's not good.
Wow, very basic serial killer there.
Yeah, no, not good. That was a good fucking show back in the day.
That is just looks so old. Like all of the pictures. 2003.
Imagine waking up to that at night.
Absolutely.
Ugh.
How terrifying.
So other than Titanic, what else do you find yourself watching? If there is anything else. Do you ever cheat on Titanic?
What? What are you laughing at? I love to watch murder mystery things, like documentaries.
Okay.
Like Ted Bundy.
Did you
all
watch
that
the movie they made with Zac Efron?
Yes.
What'd you think of it?
I don't want to say I enjoyed it, because that's scary.
No.
I thought it was very interesting. I have a lot of interest in serial killers. I don't know why.
See, because I found it super boring. I couldn't get through it. But
Really?
I did get into I got into Mindhunter. Do you ever watch that?
No.
Oh, that's a crazy good Netflix show. It only ran for like 2 seasons.
Okay.
But it's about these 2 FBI guys, and they travel the country, and they're basically like profiling serial killers to help find other serial killers.
Okay.
And along the way, they meet other really famous serial killers. Like so that's the show's version of Manson. And it's just
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Charles Manson.
Okay.
And yeah, it's just a damn good show.
I've never even heard of that. Huh. I'll have to look into that if it's still on Netflix.
Oh yeah, it's a fantastic show.
That guy looks pretty good to be a Manson.
Did you ever watch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Yes, I did. That movie was actually I don't know if I should say good because it's about like scary, horrible things, but it was really good.
Oh, I loved it. Oh, that's Tarantino.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was really good. It was a little bit boring at times and long, but it was good.
It's also Tarantino.
Yes.
So he's a very specific taste.
Yes.
If you don't like what he's doing, you're
That
gonna be
was
bored.
actually my first Tarantino movie that I've ever seen.
really?
It was. I need to catch up.
Have you seen Pulp Fiction?
No.
Yeah, that's like the
original. I feel
yeah.
like that's like the go-to.
Yeah, that's like the Tarantino movie for
I've
sure.
seen like the intro of that movie, but I haven't.
where they're holding up the.
It's like at a diner or something. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen that part, but
Can you try and find when Brad Pitt is high on acid and he's killing all the
at the very end,
the Manson people?
that scene, I remember like looking over and I was like, did that really just happen? I think someone gets like run over by a car or something so crazy and stupid. I think it was like the very last killing. Someone gets killed at the very end.
I think so.
Something so crazy, and I just couldn't believe that even.
Well, because you know what happens in real life, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I do.
How horrific that is.
It was, And then this scene is just so
The opposite.
just
I will
bizarre.
say it was cool to see Sharon Tate alive.
yeah.
Like at the end.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
But, yeah, that's sad.
Which is, yeah, in real life, she got fucking carved
Destroyed.
open, which is horrible.
Oh, makes you cringe. See, like, oh my gosh.
Wait, no, go back. Wait, go back. When he's taking the dog food out of the can. Yeah.
Ew.
He's high on acid.
That's so gross. That's even worse.
Yeah, ending. So is he like your celebrity crush?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Now, like
And look at him, he's like so old.
the current version of Leonardo DiCaprio,
All of him,
or the
just
yeah.
every version you could imagine. I love him.
No, I respect that.
But I think it started with Titanic.
Oh,
so
yeah.
just ever since then. See, this scene is just so ridiculous.
We'll watch this and we'll wrap it up. This is just great.
Doesn't he throw the can at one of them? So it's just
and
so
it like
stupid.
cracks his head open.
Yeah, like, come on. I think it's the girl right there that he throws it at.
He's so fucking high.
You just look at his eyes, he looks crazy.
You can just tell he's been high before.
Oh, yeah.
A handgun compared to a rug.
I've never taken acid, but I want to take the kind of acid that's offered to Brad Pitt, you know?
I don't know.
Have you looked into Spawn Ranch?
I have.
That's such a horrific thing.
Yeah. It's.
Oh, you don't get to see the part where he fucks him up?
Oh, that was part 1. You gotta find part 2 in there.
Damn it, Joey. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. See, and look at her face. Like, look at her face. Oh, poor pupper.
It's a good dog right there.
That's a trained dog. That is a very good dog. Also, I feel like a can to the face would not hurt you as bad as it hurt that girl.
Well, I mean, I imagine you threw it hard enough and hit the cheekbone.
Maybe.
It might fuck you up.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I don't know. It looks like her face has been, like, broken in half.
Ooh.
Ay.
Same.
Yeah, that's me running away.
Oh, then he catches that knife in the leg, right? But he is too high to realize what is going on right now.
Oh, in the side.
That is one of my, like... Greta, I don't think it's like an unreal... You can pause it. I don't think it's like an unrealistic fear because we live in fucking Albuquerque. But being stabbed...
Oh, that could happen to you for sure.
Oh, yeah.
At
But
like your
that's-
neighborhood Walmart. Like, you never know here.
Well, thank God I go to Costco. Oh, man. Well, we're at 2 hours.
Yes, we have talked for a very long time about the most random things.
It's easy, right?
It is kind of easy.
It's
I was
easy.
worried. I was like, how long? 30 minutes? Nope. 2 hours.
Yeah, see, I like to sit down with people. It's
Went
fun.
by very fast.
Turns out we both love movies, and I have to find out about Titanic.
Different movies. Add it to your list.
Yeah.
I'll add Scarface.
Watch Scarface.
Yes.
Scarface is it's good for the soul.
I don't know about that, but isn't it drugs and guns and death? I don't know if that's good for the soul, but I'll try
That's
it
the
out.
American dream. Well, thank you for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And if photographers happen to watch this and they want to find you and get a hold of you, how can they do that?
Through my Instagram, which is chris.xoxo_.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, we can't pull it. We don't have 3 cameras yet.
that's okay.
But
It's all right.
yeah, well, awesome. Thank you for coming. Thank you for bringing a friend.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Good to
This was
meet you.
great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Yay.
Thank you very much.